What's up with y'all? Just Spark Star Pilot back in this mofo. And check it out, you know what I'm saying? It's all about you, you know what I'm saying? It's all about you in the sense of where you don't gotta sustain yourself to what another human being has to put you in a position to be, you know what I'm saying? If your position is rightfully so where you think it's meant to be. Like if you think you should be the president, or if you think you should be the mayor, or if you think you should be the manager, or if you think you should be whatever you think you should be in your mind, that's you. So don't let nobody else tell you what you can't become, because that's the creation you become. That creation you create. So you become that actual creation. So whatever, because you are the creator, not the creation. So whatever you got in your mind that correlates to what you want to be for real in the spiritual realm, that's what you are. So don't let no one tell you what you can't become, because that light is what you will get lost in, because you'll get lost in a light form. And we're beyond light forms now, because light forms ain't shit. So you gotta realize that whatever form someone puts you in, or somebody wants to particulate you in, that's the form that you will become eventually if you stay in that light form. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure what you're doing is you're moving off from the sequences. You know what I'm saying? You're not staying in that one form. You're always changing up every day. So whatever you do, you got like I said, you got the rapport energy. And that rapport energy, eventually you become friends with the universe. You become cool with the universe. Then that becomes the real life events of what you want to become in the actual reality. So we say manifest a lot, but it's actually materializing. When you materialize, you know the sense of where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? So you know how you want to become in that actual creation form. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot. Another way you can look at it, but then you can also look at it as this. You know what I'm saying? Whatever position you are in your life, leave it like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel like you're in a worse position because you see somebody else online that's doing the same thing you're doing, or that's on the same type of mind state. At least they're on that building energy where they're trying to expand you and the whole world's awarenesses, you know what I'm saying? So you're always trying to spark the minds. So you want to make sure that you're never in the sense of where you're beating yourself up because of the position you're in too. Because if you don't understand, it's about you in a sense of where you know how to accumulate that energy for yourself, and you know that you don't gotta beat yourself up about certain situations in your life that you feel like that's not making sense. You know, the way you can look at it is looking at it as if that actual the actual light sorry the actual form is the sense of where you can look at it as in you're not you move on quickly. So you're always moving as a spirit. You're always moving in a new space. So if you know how to move on to new spaces and not know how to be stagnated, you know how to move on for real, there'll be the sense of where you know how to become better in your life. You know how to become better attributes. You know how to become more charismatic gifts. I hate to use that word, but that's the word. That's kind of like what I'm trying to get at right now. So you got your own charismatic gifts, and you know how to create in certain lights, in certain forms in your awareness. So by default, what your mind is eventually stuck on, it bends into the body, and when it bends into the body, it becomes the world you're in as of now. So whatever realm of reality you're in the fourth, fifth, sixth dimension, in the dream world, in liquid and gas, eventually you might gotta move into another spot in Babylon and get to another spot that's more in your favor and that's more in your light, that's more in your energy form. You know what I'm saying? So when you're in that space, you know that when you get to a certain space in your life, you know how to separate the bullshit and separate where you're lost in. So you know how to get with the program and how to accumulate from that energy, from that area in life. So eventually you become aware to other shit in your life, and you know how to process that information within yourself and make it make sense. So now you're in a sense of where you know how to eventually get with the program. So now you're in a space of where you know the certain ways and how you can see these things is not really what you think. It may have been an action you did in your real life, or some generational curse that you dealt with in your real life, and then you know how to get out of it quicker. Like now, you don't get lost in it. You know what I'm saying? You know how to get out of it. So it's kind of like that when you just know how to be yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about you. So in a sense of where you know how to become yourself, and you don't get lost in the forms. You don't get lost in life. You understand how to see it for itself. But you know what I'm saying? Just want to break that down so we can get that get that understanding clear, so we know how to see the shit and know how to see and spot it and see, okay, that's what I'm doing. I'm just being myself. So when I be myself, it's all about calculating how I don't let the outside world affect how I'm doing in the internal realm, and I can keep on doing what I'm doing. And once I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm in a space of where I see the bullshit, I see patterns, I see the patterns, I see where the shit's coming from, I see how the shadow government got us. But when you know how to separate that shit and know how to eventually accumulate what you're doing right now, and then bring that surface to the light, and then bring that actual energy form, that rapport form for you, so you know how to harness that energy. That's how you become a real wizard and witch and wizard. And that's how it's the way we want to be at in our day-to-day lives, and we know how to proceed that, and know how to procedures, and know how to do all types of spiritual exams and spiritual tests and quiz and spiritual all that shit, alchemy, and we know how to do it the right way, real shit. But it's a little quick beat on this motherfucker, and Just Spark Star Pilot. We out in this bitch.